Hello and welcome to the Otaku Network podcast. My name is Steve.
And I'm David.
And we are here with a precursor to the fall 2024 season where we're going to discuss 3 shows that we have picked for this 3rd season of the podcast.
Season 3, baby.
Yeah, so the general concept of the show is we pick 3 shows. I pick one show, David picks another show, and then we agree on a third. Hopefully to encourage discourse, the shows that we pick individually will be something that the other person may not gravitate towards, or if we're lucky, absolutely hate.
We've been kind of lucky the first 2 seasons.
Well,
we both hated the Remonster first season.
First season, knowing that I am not a fan of Isekai, you decided to go with an Isekai to see if it could trip me up, but I think you ended up
suffering more.
You suffered more than I did, honestly.
Yeah.
My tolerance for garbage is pretty high when it comes to anime. With all the anime I've watched over all the
you got me good with Shoshimen.
More than 3 decades.
You got me real good with Shoshimen.
I'm kind of sad that you didn't enjoy that. Though, honestly, I do wish it would have been a little bit more entertaining. What made it more enjoyable for me was the quality of the artwork, and the film directing was cinematic and beautiful to watch. And I really enjoyed that.
Like, I will agree that it is cinematically beautiful. But like we talked about last episode with Ramanaka Neko, cinematography and visuals are not...
It needs to be... Okay.
Not the heaviest thing for me. Like, yeah, I'll appreciate it when it's like really cool and flashy. But if it's for a slice of life, I'm okay with slightly lower art quality.
It's fair.
As long as the story's good.
It's fair. It's really nice when you get
something
both.
Can be really nice to look at, but on the underneath, it's just a fucking turd. It's still a turd.
You wouldn't happen to be talking about shonen, would you? Or is that just my internal thinking?
Rude. There are great shonen animes that have satisfying stories.
The only one I can think of, well, there are 2 I can think of. The first one is Kiba, which not a lot of people have seen. And the other one would be everybody's favorite, Full Metal Alchemist.
Tower of God. That is a satisfying story.
It's enjoyable. I can understand why a lot of people have not enjoyed season 2. Because the story is way different from season 1, because that's just how the manhwa went. Anyways, we digress.
Demon Slayer. Jujutsu Kaisen.
You say that.
Great stories.
You say that, but I have my...
Great stories.
I have my doubts.
Have you even watched Demon Slayer?
No. And it's probably never going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I call side quest.
We already have a JJK side quest.
I call side quest.
We'll see what happens. Anyways, so my pick for this...
All of the side quests have been mostly yours so far.
We've done 2.
Okay, we're 50-50, but we have a lineup where most of them are yours.
We have a 3rd one coming up, yes.
There's other ones beyond that, too, that you want to do.
You remember, though, you have a lot of catching up to do. So a lot of these side quests are also excuses to show you segments of anime throughout the decades that you just do not have exposure to yet.
Yeah, but I also have shows that you don't have exposure to that a lot of people think are really good, and I'm pretty sure people want to hear your opinion about them.
Probably not, because they know the opinion's just going to be terrible.
I still think it would be entertaining to get our viewerships.
That's why we're going to do...
Or have our viewers listen to your opinion about things.
That's why I'm going to watch the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen, and we will get together with Bridget, and we will discuss the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen in an episode that is a side quest episode.
I need to remind her that we need to do that eventually.
We do. We have to lock down a date, and then I'll power through it in like a day, because that's just how I roll.
That's how I roll.
The next side quest episode, though, I'm looking forward to because I've been meaning to rewatch this anime that I haven't seen in probably about 25 years to see what my current take on it is going to be, and that's the seminal 90s anime Ninja Scroll.
Did you find how to watch it?
Dude, I have the old school VHS.
I know, but do you have a VHS?
I have a VHS player, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
A VCR, if you will?
Yes, a VCR.
I forgot the fucking word for...
I have...
Even though that was a huge part of my childhood was a VCR.
I have a functioning VCR, and I have a plethora of anime tapes, as you've seen.
Evangelion, Ranma 1/2. Sorry, we're digressing real hard right now. It's late, and David has had a long day.
It's been a long and terrible day for David. Right, okay. So my show is Suma Shogakusei ni Naru, or the shortened term is Suma Show. So it's essentially, the literal translation of it is, My wife is a grade schooler. The concept of the story is that a middle-aged man who is a widower, I think he had lost his wife had passed away 10 years prior. One day, this
10-year-old
or 8-year-old, I don't remember exactly how old she is, shows up at his door saying she's his wife reincarnated into a new body, and then he has to kind of deal with that, and they have to deal with their situation and all of their latent feelings and the fact that she's young enough to be his grandchild, perhaps. The show, based upon trailers that I've seen, does not present itself to be a ridiculous lolicon-aimed comedy. It more seems to be a human nature-driven drama about loss and regret and reconciliation, I'm hoping. So I'm excited. I just hope it doesn't get too creepy. We'll see, though.
The show I picked for this season, Blue Miburo, is about a young boy he's like a teenage boy, in 1863 in the city of Kyoto.
I would suspect he's maybe 15 or 16.
Yeah, because the big thing about this is that he's going through his blue spring, which is a Japanese idiom for their adolescence. This blue spring begins when he meets Hijikata Toshizo and Okita Soji of the Miburo, a group of hated ronin. These ronin are going across Japan, primarily around the Kyoto region, and this is the group of ronin that eventually becomes the Shinsengumi that are part of the Boshin War.
Yeah.
And it appears as though this is going to take place, at least in the beginning, in the early stages of the Boshin War.
Yeah. So
we could probably see more of the Boshin War later in. However, this seems like a very heavy historical drama.
Yeah, for those who haven't watched Rurouni Kenshin or know what the Boshin War is, the Boshin War was the struggle between the pro-imperial forces and the pro-shogunate forces for control of Japan in the 1860s. The Shinsengumi fought on the side of the shogun, if I remember correctly. It's been a hot minute. And I hate to admit it, but a lot of my knowledge about the Boshin War and the Shinsengumi does directly come from Rurouni Kenshin, sadly, for a couple of reasons. Yeah, this could be interesting. I mean, I'm always down for okay, maybe that's a lie.
Yes, the role of the Shinsengumi was to protect the Tokugawa Bakufu representatives and Kyoto. So they were tasked with defending Kyoto, organized by commoners and low-rank samurai.
What was it? Hijikata and Okiba, right?
Yeah, Hijikata and Okiba.
Hijikata and Okiba were the first and second captains of the Shinsengumi, if I remember correctly. Could be good.
I think it's going to be.
Okay,
I'm gonna wait with bated breath.
Here's what I'm hoping that it doesn't do. I'm hoping that it doesn't focus on the main character being a whiny bitch.
I hope.
I hope it's just like badass combat with some political intrigue and maybe some interpersonal drama. But I hope the main character is not a fucking whiny bitch.
Yeah, I do hope that. I do like in the trailer you get that like big splatter of blood on the wall. So I think it's going to be a bloody anime.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Third choice, the choice we agreed upon, is a bit of a... I think we're both going out on a limb on this one, but it kind of talks to both of us because of the subject matter. It's called Orb on the Movements of the Earth. And it is a historical drama set within the time frame at essentially the dawn of reason. So late 1500s, I want to say. Yeah, early 1600s.
Galileo's the main character?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to figure that out.
Okay. It would have to be Galileo.
It could be
Copernicus.
Yes. Or it could be like an analog.
It's highly likely that it's either Galileo or Copernicus.
Yeah.
Or an analog for Galileo or Copernicus.
Yeah. It follows a teenage boy who is deep into the study of the natural sciences, dealing with the reality that society around him considers this heretical, and the church likes to kill heretics.
Yeah, they do. With fire.
This could be good. The animation looks both good and bad. It's It's crisp and clean, but also very plain at some times. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I like it because of the early natural sciences stuff.
Oh yeah.
Not many subjects cover basically the birth of natural science.
Yes.
I'm excited to see it.
Should be good. Hopefully. I hope it's good.
I hope. I really hope they don't do the how do I explain this? They don't do the science is a pseudo religion thing.
I don't feel they do it like that.
I really hope they don't, but sometimes it happens where it's like scientists will just be like, science is my religion. Hair flip. And I really hope Japan doesn't have that mentality that a lot of Western people do.
Japan's relationship with religion is a very different beast than Europe's is.
I know.
If it'll help you, the anime and manga mediums have historically done a pretty decent and respectable job with telling stories that take place in historical Europe. Whether
Which is hilarious.
The Renaissance or the Victorian era. They're really good at telling stories like that. And a lot of those are very highly acclaimed series.
Vinland Saga.
Yes. Or I was more thinking there's a really famous shoujo manga. Rose of Versailles? Anyways. Highly acclaimed, takes place 1800s, I believe. I've honestly never read it. I probably should. Seeing I do have a penchant for shoujo.
But those are our 3 choices for this season.
So we've got Suma Show, Bloomy Burrow, and Orb. Bloomy Burrow has a late start. So episode 1 of the season may just be talking about Suma Show and Orb, because those come out a week before Bloomy Burrow. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll see what the timing looks like. We're recording and watching. All right. Thanks for listening. And we hope you look as forward to this new season as we do.
Yeah. And as always, don't forget to follow, subscribe, check out all of our socials. We love interaction. We want to talk with you guys.
Yep.
And spread the word. We really appreciate it when you guys share this podcast that hopefully you guys are starting to love and enjoy, looking forward to every week. And share it with somebody that you think would also enjoy hearing Steve and I give our terrible takes on anime.
Browbeat each other over stylistic choices.
Pretty much.
All right. Thanks again. We will see you guys next week.